are coming to you live from the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss Powerline Communication on TM Radio. But first, joining Targeted Massachusetts is free. Just go to targetedmassachusetts.org and in the navigation, go to Contact Information. Please complete the easy registration form. By joining, you receive our newsletter, text updates, and the latest developments in our situation. You can donate to Targeted Massachusetts and help us to continue our activism. We are a legal organization of the state of Massachusetts. If you have any questions at all, feel free to call me in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334. Call into the show live and ask a question at 800-313-9443. Or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Access by phone, 515-604-9715. Access code 708922. ID targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type freeconferencecall.com/wall/targeted. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. We have a chat associated with this show. It is targetedmass.chatango.com. Okay, the Schumann resonance as of earlier today was 12. I don't know what it is now. Our topic for the evening, as I mentioned, is Powerline Communication. Now, I'm probably going to get all kinds of death threats and everything else for even bringing this up, but it's something that I have to do. Powerline communication is a communication technology that has been around for decades and decades. Now, Powerline communication enables sending data over existing power lines. This means that with just power lines running to an electric device, one can both power it up and at the same time control or retrieve data from it. Now, I received some of my information from Cypress Semiconductor, and they had a paper dated 8/17/11. So this information is old, but fortunately, most of it comes from me. The implications of such a system as this are staggering. This system could eliminate thousands of miles of TV cable lines and fiber optics. I thought at the time when I first found out about it that it was the system of the future, but, and there's a long but there, There is a hideous attribute that no one has considered except for the perps or operators. This is but another way for them to spy on you, or possibly another way for them to attack you from their tiny studio apartments. They have but to plug this device into the wall. No cable connections, no Wi-Fi, no nothing. Just plug it into the wall. They can then pull up an electrical grid map of your city, then your address, and then they are in your home. The attack protocol is uncertain, but this could be the V2K that you are hearing all around your home. I have always thought that the V2K and the attacks are directed from two separate devices. V2K, as you all know, is not something that is heard in your head, but outside of your head everywhere. I have opened my freezer, refrigerator, closets, just about anything, only to find that the voice of the operator had moved into that spot, and that his voice was truly emanating from there. They also can project the operator's voice from thin air or up in the corner of the room. They can access cameras and any other smart devices, perhaps, in the home. As I mentioned, the publication that I have gleaned some information from was written in 2011. The system has hardly been engineered for the consumer. There are a few devices available for the public, although this is where the term smart grid comes from. The grid is smart as any one component of a system can be monitored from a central location or from a device such as a smartphone or tablet. Central locations monitor every conceivable part of the power grid. I'll give you an example. Let's say that one cell of a solar panel is defective or becoming unproductive. They can locate that panel on their grid, and then the tiny single solar cell that is either becoming or is, in fact, defective. Okay, we have a caller, Chris from Las Vegas. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, good evening, Frank.
How you doing?
Very well. You're speaking to a topic that's near and dear and very troublesome to my heart.
I bet it is.
The so-called transmitter-receiver, let's see, you called them something at the beginning of this thing, Powerline Receiver Communications, Powerline Transmitter Communications, Powerline Communications, PLCs is their industry nomenclated.
Excuse me, Chris. Marilyn, jump in. Go ahead, Chris.
It's okay. What they really are is they generate an alternative frequency wave along the power line that is then transmitted along with the regular 60 cycle frequency or hertz power signal that can be picked up as an anomaly by a specially attenuated or tuned receiver or other transmitters. And as you talked about the smart grid, the smart cities and other so-called smart devices, I have acquired some insight that these specialized militant, modulatable, they generally interpolate several different acronyms for each letter of the moniker that they use in these letters they put together to create a cute-sounding name for their operations. The Specialized Military Advanced Acoustic Audio Receiver Transmitter is where the acronym SMART comes from. Although it may be smart for the intel agencies, it's not very smart, or may in fact be dumb, for those of us who fall prey to thinking that the benefits they provide are for our benefit when, as you observed, they are expressly for others' benefits, so they can 24/7, 367, 365, 366 a leap year, spy on you and monitor your activities through a myriad of different analyzing types technologies, such as the amps or watts that are consumed in your home, like you say, actuating and deactivating particular devices. They can know when your smart appliances come on. They can turn them off for you without your consent. Air conditioners, refrigeration, especially if you need medical things refrigerated, without your knowledge or consent. And because of that, it becomes very, very dangerous, because they can also know by the utilization or lack thereof of the number of people in the let's call it the space or environment being monitored, whether it's your home or your work, makes no difference. And by monitoring that activity, they have the ability to determine if it's occupied or not. And if it's not occupied, then they have the ability to surreptitiously send some nefarious bad actor into your place to install other devices, perhaps to plant false evidence or steal evidence or other incriminating things about you might be doing in your lifestyle, or at least to fabricate the illusion that you were doing something criminal in your lifestyle. And then they can magically get a warrant from a friendly judge who doesn't question their neutrality, and then they can come back and do a home invasion on you and do a SWAT team raid of your place and take you into custody and magically find the secreted evidence they hid that you don't even know is there. It's a very, very dangerous concept.
Yes, it is. I agree. And it's also dangerous in another respect in terms of the grid, since it interfaces through modules with the World Wide Web. It is in danger of being hacked, and it has been. Back in the good old days, when you threw a knife switch, you knew it was on, and when you pulled the knife switch, you knew it was off. But today, absolutely, you can hit number 23 and hit enter, and that activates that switch. But they can, anywhere on that grid, they have access to, and it's a trade-off, actually, between PLC and radio frequency, which they use.
You know, there was some more information on a previous show on this particular channel talking about the Amazon doorbell video communicators that they sell to people, talking about how they were particularly hackable. However, somebody sharp like you or moderately informed like myself would realize and cognize that basically they can interject that foreign signal from most anywhere on the grid around the world. And like you say, with their interfaceable communications by satellite, telephone wire, or other remote mechanical field attachments tapping into the line, as it were, they can certainly send something in, perhaps implant something in your computer or extract something from your computer from a very remote location, and you wouldn't have any knowledge of it whatsoever.
I agree 1,000% with everything that you have said, and you are very well informed on the topic.
Well, I am an electrical professional, Frank.
That's correct.
Bona fide, as a matter of fact. So it sounds like you have a lot of direct experience like that, too.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience. That's for sure.
A lot of experience.
Okay, we have Pappa from Tennessee also online.
Good evening, Frank. Good topic tonight. I was just going to sit back, but when you or whoever sent me out my little text message, all I could think about was Stuxnet and NSA and Israel and hacking into the Iranians' nuclear program, centrifuges, and the Siemens systems when they created that virus that landed in the wrong hands of the antivirus people that didn't know what to do. And that was basically trying to get that into their centrifuges to basically hack them, to shut them down. They didn't need to go through firewalls or fiber optics or any kind of T-lines. They just needed to go through the electrical lines to get the virus into the Siemens systems.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to get across is that this is the most versatile system that there is, in the fact that you can plug it into the wall, and from there you can get anything you want with a grid map. And that's how they do it.
Yeah, interesting topic tonight.
Yes, we have Marilyn from Ohio, and we have Chris from Las Vegas also in the wings. Go ahead, Marilyn. How you doing tonight?
Hi. I am new to this topic, and I also got the text. I just wanted to say that my mother, who's also a targeted individual in Ohio, when she first started to hear the voices in her head, it was the 80s, the late 80s, and she believed that it was over the power lines. That was her first guess. And I kind of vaguely remember kind of having that conversation with her about power lines. So if they were doing, computer, BCI, brain-computer interface with brains, I'm sure that this, the power line communication is part of, our targeting. Possibly. I'm not sure.
Okay, we're coming up on a commercial. You guys can hang in there. I'd like to thank my audience for listening.
Folks, we're living in a world the likes of which we've never perceived any clearer than we do now. The plan for global governance has been in the works for generations and would have likely been achieved by now but for the fact that the globalists left open their Achilles heel. With all their tools, Federal Reserve System, fiat currency, no child left behind, and then Common Core education introduced to our schools to dumb us down, vaccines, pharmaceuticals to lobotomize us, GMO foods, insertion of compromised or bought and paid for politicians, judges, mainstream media propaganda, all pieced together like a puzzle designed to ultimately bring the world under submission. But with all their strategy, they forgot one thing: knowledge. And knowledge is power. With knowledge, their bombardment is nullified. Folks, with that, as brilliant and knowledgeable as you've become, among the wisest audience of any radio audience in the world, and you are, I want you to take a moment to reflect and ask yourself, how much of that knowledge did I obtain from Republic Broadcasting Network? How high has my consciousness been raised since I've been a listener? How fast am I now able to discriminate truth from fake news by being a Republic Broadcasting listener? How clear am I now able to see the world since I've been listening to RBN? Ask yourselves those questions, folks. Then ask yourself, what is that knowledge worth to me? Like my morning coffee, how would I survive without it? A voice of truth in a sea of lies. Do we not all need to make sure it survives? Like public broadcasting, we are now finding we can only survive with listener support. Censorship, advertisers being attacked, truth itself being attacked. It's the only way through this. We at Republic Broadcasting humbly ask you to become a supporter. Look at your budget and make a determination of what Republic Broadcasting is worth to you and what you can afford on a monthly basis. Go to republicbroadcasting.org and pledge 20, 30, 40, 50, if possible, 100 a month or more if it's affordable. Click the donate button and become a regular monthly donor. Assure both us and yourself that Republic Broadcasting truth will continue to flow like that morning coffee. The network thanks you.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
When your doctor tells you you have bad cholesterol or blockages in the arteries, what do? When diet and exercise is not enough, we try medications and hope for the best. For the last 2 decades, I have been telling people about a natural method to help solve these problems and more. Extendovite can help maintain cardiovascular health and lower blood lipid levels in adults. The 7 herbs in Extendovite are known to work together synergistically to get the results we hope for. There are many testimonials on Extendovite's effect on circulatory-related ailments. Get Extendovite today to start your journey back to a healthier life. To order, call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com or see us on amazon.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Yeah, Public Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening once again from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. In case you've just tuned in, we are discussing power line communication on TM Radio. I have some stuff this evening that's going to knock your head right off, especially if you're a targeted individual. Joining Targeted Massachusetts is free. Just go to targetedmassachusetts.org and in the navigation, go to Contact Information. Please complete the easy registration form. By joining, you receive our newsletter, text updates, and the latest developments in our situation. Donate to Targeted Massachusetts and help us to continue our activism. We are a legal organization of the state of Massachusetts. If you have any questions, call me anytime in the U.S. at 1-508-857-8334. Call into the show live and ask a question at 800-313-9443 or listen at 605-313-0163. Targeted Massachusetts Northeast Conference airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Access by phone 515-604-9715. Access code 708922. ID targeted. If you'd like to join us by computer, in your address bar, type freeconferencecall.com/wall/targeted. Our YouTube channel is Targeted Massachusetts. The chat associated with this show is targetedmass@chatango.com. Okay, we are discussing tonight what is power line communication. And we have Chris from Las Vegas, who just got back in. We've got Pappa from Tennessee and Marilyn from Ohio. Okay, Chris, you want to start since you just got back on?
Oh, well, I just came back because I thought you were thinking I was still there, and I certainly will contribute, but you said you had some info that was going to knock our socks off, and I'm a little anxious and anticipating what that might be, so I'll let you go ahead. Maybe I can add something to it, materiality, or at least relevancy. I will certainly try to keep on topic.
Well, it's something that I'll have to give to you over a period of time, such as like the rest of the show. So I don't think we'll make it through it tonight, but it definitely still will knock your socks off.
Well, here's something for you that might titillate your audience with a little teaser. I just discovered this week, in fact, that, of course, I've known I'm a high-value target because of the things I've learned and educated myself in, like yourself. It seems they really are jealous of those of us who have tried to remove ourselves from unbenighted ignorance, as you and me and probably Marilyn and Pappa. And so I was downtown having to do some interactions and get some evidence from the so-called Just Us Center, where they have all the different jurisdictions in there in a muddled, confusing, chaotic situation, making it difficult to figure out where to go. But I know it about as well as anybody because I spend a lot of time down there. Well, I had known I was going to go in to get a certified copy of a document, so I didn't think I'd be in there more than probably 15, 20 minutes. So I put in $2.25 for the most of an hour at $3 that they charge at the smart meters they have in the Smart Cities network down there. And I had known for a time that part of the Smart Cities grid is they have video, audio surveillance. But what I didn't know is they have targeted individuals' automobiles and their pictures inside their special operations surveillance central command units. And I had gone in expeditiously to get my document. It took me less than 10 minutes to get everything taken care of, clearing security, going to the place, dealing with the lady behind the counter, very cordial, getting my document and heading back out to my auto. I was there in less than 10 minutes. And I found that at 5 minutes after I had left my car, they had left a parking ticket on my car.
Okay, Chris, as you know, we have to go to commercial at the bottom of the hour for station ID. Okay. Thank you very much, folks, for listening.
You are tuned in to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Visit our website by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
Tired of being lied to by mass media? It's growing more and more apparent today that news is received less and less through standard media outlets. Even with a growing audience every day, RBN is beginning to direct more efforts into social media. Social media and the use of the internet is fast becoming the primary source of people for news, regardless of demographic. RBN has set out to provide some of the best news on the internet through republicbroadcasting.org, and also has begun to use the tools to our advantage by way of social media. Republic Broadcasting is now operating a Facebook page to function as yet another avenue to have our collective voice reach new audiences across not only America, but across the globe as well. The Facebook page features not only news, but also an RBN player to listen to our broadcasts. Get involved by visiting facebook.com/Republic Broadcasting and liking our page and share it with your friends and family, because you can handle the truth.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Homeowners, if your lender has gone out of business or sold your transaction to another lender or servicer, you may be the victim of a wrongful foreclosure, resulting in the loss of your home. If you've already lost your home, are in foreclosure, or even in good standing, you can challenge the mortgage transaction's illegal issue, and your property can be restored to you, and your foreclosure can be stopped or reversed, and the mortgage transaction declared unenforceable. State laws, U.S. title codes, the Uniform Commercial Codes, and U.S. Supreme Court rulings have upheld that defective mortgage documentations can reverse or stop foreclosures and enforce property title claims in favor of the homeowner. We are having successes in stopping the process of foreclosure, the enforcement of the foreclosure judgments, the sale of property, and evictions after the sale. We are not attorneys, and we don't give legal advice. We are a professional team of legal researchers, providing forensic mortgage audits and expert witnesses. We have the knowledge to produce the evidence and enforce laws regarding your legal issues. We've been in business for 12 years without a complaint. Consultations are free, and we provide a free title search to confirm if your mortgage has legal defects. Please call 855-253-3748. 855, the number 2, keep it today.
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we discuss power line communication on TM Radio. And I would like to get right back to our guests. Chris from Las Vegas, Marilyn from Ohio, and Pappa from Tennessee. I guess Chris dropped off. So we have...
No.
You still there?
Yes, I am. Sorry about that.
Okay.
What I discovered, Frank, was now the so-called lovely Rita meter maids and parking Nazis, as I prefer to call them, besides just writing tickets for expired meters or improper parking, they're also carrying photographic devices, and they have the license plate scanners where they can warrantlessly surveil your private property, and if they discover that you're out of registration, like I didn't know I was because I hadn't been provided any due process of law of the land notice to the opportunity to cure it, and I did make a call today to try to correct that, but they cited me for failure to register off a 5-minute parking violation. I suggest that it was not a consequence that I was parked only 5 minutes, and they ran out there and put that ticket on there just about the time I walked in the front door and got out of the bathroom from taking a leak to go back there. They already had it on there. I think that they absolutely have a list of targeted individuals' plates, photographs, descriptions, and they look for you, and when they find you, they go out, and if they know or can find out anything at all, they're going to deploy it at that point to commit psychological warfare and legal warfare against you, but they don't have a warrant to do this sort of surveillance, so it's an abuse of their discretion, a warrantless search of your private information without a warrant. So I think there's going to be some trepidation about that, and I had gone up to deal with them, and they were real surly about it, claiming that I had violated da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, that's where I had my story of being targeted by the zone Nazis, the parking meter maids, and so on and so forth. In the beautiful city of Las Vegas, the Justice Center has become a dangerously hostile environment down there. Whenever you can be targeted before you get in the building or after you come out of the building or while you're in the building, it makes it a real dangerous place for us to go trying to seek justice.
Okay, I agree. I don't think there's a safe place outside these days.
Hear, hear.
There's too much going on. We have this new pre-crime, which is going to be taking hold in this country shortly. Nobody asked me. I didn't vote on that. Did you? But it's happening. There is going to be pre-crime. So if they think you have the attributes of a killer, they might pick you up. Of course, I don't think you do.
Hey, Frank?
Yes.
I just wanted to say something about the last comment. If you have attributes of a killer, I think it might be if you have attributes to defend yourself. And I think that's what they don't want. They don't want men and women to defend themselves against the onslaught of targeting. And that if you look like a man or woman, or even teenagers, because there are teenagers who were targeted, they will become excessive with force against you because they want to control the whole human race with this technology. And it's interesting because they will recruit the poor to join the military. They do this around the world, vulnerable, ignorant people, and then they indoctrinate them and then have them kill innocent people around the world. And this is justifiable. And it's not. It's a legal activity in my view, but if I found a perpetrator who was a gang stalker, if I found the handler who operated the system to do brain-to-brain communication with me, I have every right to defend myself.
Yes, you do. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I agree.
And so is that a Second Amendment thing you're coming up with there? Are you stating that on the basis of the Second Amendment, Marilyn?
I think we lost her somehow because she
I hope
was.
not.
No.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. So the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms.
Correct.
Many countries have lost the right to bear arms, and we're one of the last few countries that Ohio, for example, is an open carry state. And the Dayton shooter, he was a liberal voter, intelligent, from Kettering, where I live. And he started hearing voices in high school and saw holograms. He saw things that weren't there. If you go look at him, this is a person who's going to vote. Then he has a psychotic meltdown. I believe he was a targeted individual. I think that these events are trying to manipulate, those white picket fence communities that are kind of out of the loop of democracy. They don't really participate in political issues. And, I don't want to live in a country where I can't protect myself from a corrupt government or a corrupt individual or a corrupt organized crime syndicate. And organized stalkers are trafficking humans. They're drug trafficking. They're trafficking military-grade weapons into counties across the country. And we should claim the Second Amendment STIs. Yes, Chris and Frank. Mm-hmm.
Well, I like how you put that because I think there are times where a Second Amendment waiver may, it's a tough area for me because I just believe in not compromising the amendments altogether. I don't think we should. It's kind of like Boots Electric from Eagles of Death Metal said 3 weeks after the Paris shootings in an interview in Paris, how do you feel about gun control? And he says, you know what? It's a sad world, but until nobody has a gun, everybody should have a gun. Now, that's just one thing he said that I agreed with. At the same time, I always believe in the Second Amendment. I preach the Constitution up and down the line. I believe in it. I'm sorry your job got tougher, but that's your job. And my son being in the military and being an MP in that military, and, you know, his position is, no, the right to bear arms, and never, ever, 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 ever pick pieces of the Constitution that are convenient. So,
yeah, Pappa?
if I'm armed and I have the right to bear arms and I have a concealed carry, if that's the state that I'm in, I'm going to be there for that first line of defense. And if my job is to go into a negative situation and it's going to cost me my life to do that, it's going to cost me my life to save a life, then I've done my patriotic duty. I've done what I have signed up for, what every American should be required to sign up for if you want certain privileges in this country. You want a free education, you want this, you want that. Go stand a post, you know. Go stand a post and know all your general orders, and, you know, but that's just how we see it. I just think everybody should serve, or at least be afforded the right to serve and to defend this, what's supposed to be this great country of ours, all of ours, yours, mine, and Charles Friggin Manson.
Right, and I'd like to add that if Paris, the citizens had the right to carry, there wouldn't have been a Paris. And if the right to bear arms is taken away in this country, Paris will move here.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
the only reason people don't start blowing up things from other countries is because we have the right to carry. And they know damn right well, especially around Texas, that if somebody blows something up, they're going to get shot right there. And probably before they do it.
What was the church? And we've had so many shootings, it's really, really hard to keep track of them, but where one shooter went in, but within a matter of minutes, if that, everybody with a right to carry went after him and chased him down. And forgive me for not remembering, but again, so many mass shootings or so many shootings, it's hard to remember, but it was the perfect example where this guy didn't have time to continue on. Does anybody recall the one I'm talking about?
No, but the one in Dayton, I mean, so the cops did take him down, and rightfully so. And so when they're going to read your mind and torture you, we may need to educate TIs to be careful about the language they use, because they're going to try to say that you need to go through these tests to see if you're stable enough to get self-defense. And if you're a TI or you're a person who doesn't know that you're targeted and you have a record of claiming to hear voices, maybe you the torture has made you unstable. This is millions of people that, you know, are going to have a problem with. They're going to need to have arms to defend themselves as targeted individuals. And you know, like one TI, she's a woman, middle-aged woman. I don't remember her name. She said, I sleep with a shotgun because they break into my home and they come in my home and I'm a TI. And I said, good for you. Yeah. How many people are targeted and how many mass shooters are there? How many people are being tortured by the United States military, inside the country? even these corporations like Lockheed Martin and Raytheon, General Electric is in on it. TLC Communications, whoever handles these accounts, they're in on it. You know, there's all these private institutions that are in on our targeting, and then they want you to be some vulnerable person, like some MK Ultra lame brain laying there in your home getting shot up. I got shot today multiple times, not by a gun, but by directed energy weapons, and I screamed out in pain.
Correct. Remind your friend with the shotgun, by the way, to check those shells regularly. I've had shells glued shut. I've had 5.54 placed in my 223 cartridges. I've never even bought 5.56. I'm just a fan of 223, and if I want a high grain, then I go to a 77 grain. I've had 40 caliber hollow points placed in my 45 caliber clips. I've had in my ARs, I've had jams where it's been these Russian 5.54s or whatever they are. I've never purchased that shell in my life, nor have I ever purchased 5.56. So it wasn't an error on my part. But I've had malfunctions on range, and I actually saved a bag of those to find out, you know, where they came from. And any weapon I've ever bought that did come with ammunition, I carefully inspect. I make sure that every single round, not just on a visual inspection, but to go ahead and check that stamp on the back to make sure that it's correct, that it is a 223 or it is the correct caliber. I would never load an incorrect caliber. But I've had my ammunition messed with. And it wasn't until one day a friend of mine was over that cycled through my shotgun and said, "Oh, what's with these shells?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he noticed that all the 12-gauge shells had been glued shut. So had I fired those shells in a self-defense manner, or any manner for that matter, I could have been looking at a bad situation. I'm a constant ammo checker, as should be, as basic firearm safety. Even if you leave them loaded, you should have a plan to check your ammo, unload your ammo, reload your ammo, maybe move old ammo out and new ammo in, and only keep it for so long. But that's just me just saying it. But have her definitely check her ammo regularly, because they definitely pull that one. As far as paranoia and the psych check or the red flag laws that are coming, which are probably going to be on the heels of pre-crime, you know, my cold dead fingers. And, you know, I gave a certain friend of mine recently enough information in case anything happened. That information's not in the case they try and push me into a corner to get me to commit a crime. No, that information is in case they try and take my right away. I'm going to die to defend it, period. And I know everybody in the world listens to this, but this is something they already know. I'm not going down without a fight. But I have no reason to fear. Yeah. I have no reason to fear anything other than an attack, a direct attack, to that degree.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I'm sorry. I just want to say really quick. A police officer, I make regular police reports about gang stalking, and I recently decided to tell the cops that these weapons make your gun look like a toy. That these weapons are satellite-based, Wi-Fi, smart meters, cell phone towers, handheld devices, downloads, uploads on phones, that we are being shot with lasers, and that this is a new weapon system that the police department has to understand to protect us. And, you know, to not investigate my claims when so many men and women are suffering and being shot with directed energy weapons, okay, that are invisible, you know, ionized radiation, and then psychological torture on a PLC communication system, you know, to communicate with your brain and your body and your neurological system. These are the new weapons of America.
Agreed. And and you know, when Frank, you said earlier about opening the freezer, You know, I couldn't figure out for the longest time. I used to think that maybe it was some sort of heat signature tracking, but when I found out about Stuxnet, I realized that this stuff is right in our own electrical walls.
Okay. We have to go to commercial. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank you for listening.
Endless corruption running rampant throughout our government. Independent voices are needed more than ever to battle the offensive against our freedoms and liberties. As a listener of RBN, no one understands this concept better than you. Now it's up to you to do your part. The time has come for you to take action and begin broadcasting the truth to hundreds or thousands of people every month. Sound impossible? Quite the contrary. With pointed slogans from LibertyStickers.com, you can reach countless sleeping Americans unaware that they live in a real-life wonderland. LibertyStickers.com has a huge inventory of political bumper stickers and messages that reflect the truth about our government, our politicians, and the future of America. With so many in stock, there's one perfect for you. Visit us today at LibertyStickers.com. Again, that's LibertyStickers.com. Do your part. Your voice is important. Let it be heard.
Homeowners, are you in foreclosure, expecting to be served with a foreclosure lawsuit, or suspect your lender has coerced you into an illegal mortgage transaction? A huge number of mortgages made in the last 10 years have legal issues and are possibly defective. State laws and the U.S. Supreme Court have upheld that defective mortgage documents are grounds for foreclosure defense and for counterclaims in favor of the homeowner. If your mortgage has been sold or assigned since closing the loan, it may be defective and you may be paying the wrong party, and the lender may not have standing or the right to foreclose or collect payments under the law. If you would like to know if your mortgage is legal or not, or know if you are paying the right party, we can help. Our initial consultations are free of charge. We are not attorneys. We are legal researchers and work closely with experienced lawyers who know how to help you find the evidence to help you keep your home. Call toll-free 1-855-2-KEEP-IT. That's 1-855-2-KEEP-IT today.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
We are coming to you live from the Republic Broadcasting Network, where you can handle the truth. Good evening once again from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we are discussing power line communication on TM Radio. Okay, Marilyn? Pappa?
Oh, right. Well, I don't have much to say about the topic anymore, but I hope that you have a bigger following. I'm going to spread the word about your radio show. This is great. Technical topics are exactly what we need. This is not hearsay, and so this is great. I'm going to study this.
Yeah, I'd just like to mention we have an entire community in Western Massachusetts who hasn't even found us yet, who is plagued to the max. But I'll go into that when I get to it.
Yeah, I was, before we commercialed in, Frank, I was saying that it was interesting you'd pointed out when you moved to certain parts of the house or opened the fridge that I'm not sure that this V2K is coming from high above or down the street or in the telephone pole that I think it might have been on for a while. I think it has a lot to do with this. And when I saw the documentary on Stuxnet, that it made a lot of sense how they were able to jump over firewalls or, get around Ethernet cabling or fiber optics. And here it was within the documentation that the CIA and the NSA and Israel, whoever, could neither confirm nor deny, but, talked about how they were able to get malware and stuff into systems like Iran centrifuges or whoever else they did or did not want to have that technology, or whoever's technology they wanted to hack into. I just find it, we're not supposed to be doing this on our own citizens. If you want to give me the national security routine and that you're doing this for the betterment of mankind, and I do agree that there's a lot of Habibis that I don't want to have nuclear capabilities, and that's a no-brainer. I mean, these are people that...
Pappa, we're going to be signing out for the evening here pretty soon. But I'd just like to say that we will continue this topic until it is completed, and we will cover things that will blow your mind. And like I say, we have a community out in Western Massachusetts who doesn't even know that we exist yet. But they will, because I think they'll probably be our next guest, a representative from them. But I would like to say thank you to my audience, and I would like to say thank you to my guests, and I would like to say good night from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen.
Many people write us about their experience with Extendivite. Allow me to read you some from Amazon.com. This product is superb. I have been taking it for about a year now, and I can feel my cardiovascular system run like a Swiss watch. I definitely recommend this product for anyone that has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and heart palpitations, A+. It's potent, but it works. I have been waking up for the past 3 years with numb hands, and a week into using Extendivite, my numb hands seem to have cleared up. My circulation was off, and now it's back on track. So I'm happy. I feel so energized, and I have my husband on it now. My mother-in-law has cholesterol problems, so I bought her a bottle as well. Thank you so much. Love the product. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. Call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
This is RBN, the Republic Broadcasting Network.